Hello, everybody, and welcome to our live BAFTAs special with me, Robbie Fleming, and Justin Doyle, us two from the Fleming Film Show. And I'm glad to be talking about this great award ceremony. How are you feeling today, Justin?
I'm feeling all right. Some of these nominations aren't, I feel like there's some snubs in there, but, we always sort of feel this way around this time. But no, I love award season, and I think it will still be a fun show.
Excellent, excellent. Before we go into our BAFTA picks, I just want to announce who won the Fleming Award for Best Performance by a Young Actor or Actress. Would you kindly read out the nominations?
All right. My dogs want to be a part of the show. Here are the nominations for Best Performance from a young actor. Hey, shush. Girls, come on. We're podcasting. Shush. All right. Here are the nominees for Best Performance from a Young Actor or Actress Under 20. The nominees are McKenna Grace from Ghostbusters Afterlife. We have Alan Kim from Minari. We have Logan Kim from Ghostbusters Afterlife. Leah McHugh from Eternals. Woody Norman from Come On, Come On. And Sanaya Sidney from King Richard.
And the winner?
The winner is
Woody Norman for Come On, Come On.
Yeah. I had a feeling he was going to win that one, which is why I went with somebody else, just because it was tough. It was tough. I felt like I wanted to give it to somebody else.
In the end?
Sanaya Sidney.
Oh, she was second with 7 votes. Woody got 8.
So really close.
Yes. I originally did want Woody to win this because when I saw Come On, Come On, he was the highlight of the movie, and I found out he's actually British, and it was surprising because he actually sounded American. And if you can do an American accent that good at his age, then you're a great actor.
Yeah, totally deserved. He's really, really good. Movie's really good, and yeah, the fact that he's British is even more interesting. So good on him to win.
Yes. And now let's talk about all these things about the British Film Awards.
Yeah. All right. So we have the BAFTA nominations here. The ceremony will be held in London on March 13th.
Hosted by Rebel Wilson.
Oh, okay, cool. Do you know what BAFTA stands for?
I think it's the British Academy for Film and Television Awards.
I think so too. I think you may be right. Okay. So should we hit this up?
Yes. Do you want to read out the nominees for Best Film?
Yes. So the first category we're going to do is Best Film, and the nominees are Belfast, Don't Look Up, Dune, Licorice Pizza, and The Power of the Dog.
I've seen all 5 of these movies.
I have also seen all 5. Don't Look Up and Licorice Pizza, a little bit of a interesting pick, don't you think?
Yes. And I've thought of how I would base my picks on how I would rank these films, and I'm just going to do it for fun because I've seen all 5 of these movies. My least favorite is Power of the Dog because of how slow it is. Mm-hmm. But it's still a solid movie, and I think it could win this.
Agreed.
4th, I would probably give to Licorice Pizza because it was entertaining, but the ending really let me down.
Same.
3rd will be Dune because I love the concept. I love everything about it, like the cinematography and the score. But it did take a while to kick in. Don't Look Up is an entertaining comedy film that really gets nails its formula and plot really well and really tries to go in with its research. But I do think it's more of an entertaining comedy film I like rather than a Best Picture winning film. So I'm going to give this one to Belfast because I thought not only was it an entertaining movie, but it kind of did deserve to become a classic, a future classic, and win every award it can get.
Yeah, I think BAFTA is going to choose Belfast to win this, but I'd like Dune to take it home out of these 5 anyway.
Oh, it's really rare that fantasy or sci-fi movies win Best Film.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad it's in there. I'm glad it's in the race, even though they don't pick it. But yeah, I'm sure Belfast or Power of the Dog is going to win this.
Yeah. Do you want me to read out outstanding British film?
Yeah. Now, a couple of these I haven't even heard of, so I'll be interested to know what you feel about them or if you've heard of them.
I've only heard of a couple, but the full list of nominees are After Love, Ali and Alvy, Belfast, Boiling Point, Sereno, Everybody's Talking About Jamie, House of Gucci, Last Night in Soho, No Time to Die, and Passing. I really want to see Boiling Point.
Yeah, I need to look these up. I have no idea.
Yeah, yeah, I know we've spoken about maybe doing Boiling Point for this month on your channel.
Oh, yeah, I do want to. Okay, yeah, that one I've heard of. Okay, well, Belfast is up for both, so that's not fair. um, this is no question to me. For me, I'm giving it to Cyrano. I think it's a beautiful movie. It's musical, and yeah, I think it should also be up for Best Picture, but that's just my opinion. I haven't seen or even heard of After Love or Ali and Ava. I haven't seen Boiling Point, but I have heard of that. And everybody's talking about Jamie is also a musical that's out on Amazon Prime. I have not seen. Get the hell out of there, House of
Yeah,
Gucci.
that's what I was thinking when I saw this category.
Um, yeah, get out of there. Last Night in Soho, that's a good pick. No Time to Die, I don't understand that. And Passing's great. So my pick is Cyrano.
All right, because I want to be different and not choose Belfast, I'm going to choose Last Night in Soho because I love Edgar Wright. He's one of the best filmmakers we have, and I think if anybody should give this film recognition, it should be the BAFTAs.
I agree. Yeah, I think it's going to get a little bit of play in the Oscars for like production design and maybe costume, maybe screenplay, but it won't be up for Best Picture. So it's good to see that it's up for some Best Picture somewhere.
All right, do you want to read out the lovely ladies of leading actress?
Here we go. For some reason, Lady Gaga in House of Gucci, Alana Haim in Licorice Pizza, Amelia Jones for Coda, Renate Renzve for The Worst Person in the World, Joanna Scallon for Afterlove, and Tessa Thompson for Passing.
Do you mind if I just pick my favourites out the ones I've seen?
Yeah.
So I'm going to go with Alana Haim for Licorice Pizza because of her debut performance being like that good and being the best character in the whole movie. I know Sean Penn, Bradley Cooper, Benny Safdie do pop in scenes and give out better performances than any of the cast, but out of Cooper and Alana stole the show out of them too. So I'm doing it to Alana.
Yeah, the only movie I haven't seen here is After Love, but I'm glad Tessa's in there. This is where they ruined it for me. Where's Jessica Chastain? Why isn't she here?
Is she your
She's
favourite of this year then?
well, hands down. I mean, if you've seen the movie, you understand why. Like she's transformative. She's the best thing,
I might try
and
and watch over the weekend.
she's phenomenal. Phenomenal. Also, no Kristen Stewart love for Spencer. That
Or
was
Penelope
interesting.
Cruz because I heard Parallel Mothers is great.
Yeah. Hands down though, the best performance out of this lot is Amelia Jones in Coda. She
Yes.
was like my first. This movie was one of my first favorites of the year, and she was definitely my first favorite actress of the year because of her performance, and it was just lovely and brilliant and hard. And I think along with Alana, this is her debut performance. So I'm giving it to Amelia Jones.
I still need to see Coda, but I want to because her dad is a very famous news reporter. So
and it's gonna be up for Best Picture for the Oscars, so you got to get in there.
yeah, I will try. I'll try and watch that this week as well.
All right, let's talk leading actors.
Yes, and we got Adele Akhtar for Ali and Ava, Mahershala Ali for Swan Song, Benedict Cumberbatch for The Power of the Dog, Leonardo DiCaprio for Don't Look Up, Stephen Graham for Boiling Point, and Will Smith for King Richard.
Well, the will win, want to win has got to be Will Smith. I mean, he just
Yes.
gives the best performance out of this lot. I mean, I haven't seen Ali and Ava yet or Boiling Point. I like Stephen Graham. He's always good. Yeah, I think this year it's going to be back and forth between Benedict Cumberbatch and Will Smith, and hopefully Will Smith takes this one down because he
You see, because of last year with everybody wanting both Chadwick to win, but Anthony Hopkins winning, I'm worried it's going to be a repeat. My will win will be Benedict Cumberbatch. My want to win is Will Smith.
Yeah, I mean, I just got to hold tight on to Will winning. I mean,
yeah, I do as well, but I don't want to get disappointed like I was last year when I was tied on to Chadwick winning, if you know what I mean. So I'm just being a bit skeptical if Benedict will steal it. Plus, with Doctor Strange coming out, they'll try and promote it that way. Oh, but there's an Oscar-winning actor in the lead.
True. He hasn't had the career that Will Smith has had. It's about time that Will wins, and you know what? We'll see Benedict up there.
Benedict could win an Oscar in like next 5 years if he's lucky.
Yeah, I mean, he's been nominated before, and he'll be nominated again.
Exactly. He's got his whole career ahead of him.
Absolutely, yeah.
Although I did thought he was better in the Louis Wayne film.
Yes, yeah, and everyone's forgetting about the other 2021 movie that came out called The Courier that he was in. Nobody's even talking about that, but which I thought he was really good in as well. All right, let's talk supporting actresses. You ready?
Yes.
All right, here we go. Nominations are Caitriona Balfe for Belfast, Jessie Buckley for The Lost Daughter, Ariana DeBose for West Side Story, Ann Dowd for Mass, Anjanou Ellis for King Richard, and Ruth Negga for Passing. I see this repeating for the Oscars. We have to take out one of them.
This is probably one of the best categories. If we have to take out one of them, it would probably be Jessie Buckley. Because even though I didn't like Passing, I did like Ruth Negga in that role.
Yeah, I would agree. They'd take out Jessie Buckley, and the other 5 are going to be in there.
Yes.
All right, who are you picking?
Andal for Mass. She's not a well-known actress, but she is extremely talented, and I think they should choose merit over big name, and I'm going to give it to Andal.
Yeah, she is. I mean, you're right. She's not she's unknown, but she's been in so much for so many years. Like, she's a fantastic actress, and her performance in Mass is groundbreaking. Really, really good.
Although I probably would have liked to have seen Jason Isaacs because he was the better out the other two couple.
Yesterday, we went and saw Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire in the theater with the shaky seats. So we got to see a little bit of Jason Isaacs in that, and that was a lot of fun.
Oh, he's always fun. I love Jason Isaacs.
Well, my want to has always been Caitriona Balfe, so I'm going with that. I think she elevated Belfast so much and is a fantastic actress.
Yes, it's a shame that Judi Dench didn't get a nomination here either.
Yeah, she's really good. If I were to be okay with Caitriona losing, it would be from Ann Dowd. I'd be okay with that because she's really, really good.
Yeah, I'm glad. I was annoyed that the Golden Globes snubbed Ann Dowd.
Yeah, they didn't even look once at Mass.
They didn't. Do you want me to read out supporting actor?
Let's hear it.
We have got Mike Face for West Side Story, Kieran Hines for Belfast, Troy Kotsur for Coda, Woody Norman, who won my award for Come On, Come On, Jesse Plemons for Power of the Dog, and Cody Smith-McPhee for The Power of the Dog.
Yeah,
I know 3 of these will be guaranteed an Oscar. It will be Kieran, Troy, and Cody. They'll all get Oscar nominations.
Yeah, absolutely. The other 3 I don't think will be in there. I have a tie. I don't even know. Ciaran Hinds for Belfast and Troy Kotsur for Coda are just really, really good. I fell in love with Ciaran Hinds in Belfast.
Yeah.
And Troy, after the movie was over, he just had me thinking because Marley Malton or Matlin, we know her, and Amelia did such a good job, and Troy was just like this silent killer in there, just really, really good.
He's the reason why I
So
want to watch Coda.
yeah, one of those two will for sure.
Right. My pick, even though I want Kieran Hines to win because he is kind of a underground legend, I'm going to give it to the one actor who is actually younger than me, and they were Cody Smith McPhee, because I liked his performance in Power of the Dog.
Yeah, he's the odds-on favorite, I'd say. So
Wouldn't he be one of the youngest to win?
maybe one of them, Shirley Temple, she's the youngest.
Yeah, I know Anna Paquin was quite young when she won for the piano as well.
Yeah, I know he didn't win, but the Sixth Sense kid was nominated too.
He was phenomenal.
Absolutely. All right, let's move on to director and something that I'm actually happy with. One thing I'm happy with the BAFTAs. All right, so the nominations are Aleem Khan for After Love, Raisuke Hamaguchi for Drive My Car, Audrey Dwayne for Happening, Paul Thomas Anderson for Licorice Pizza, Jane Campion for The Power of the Dog, and Julia Ducournau for Titan.
And I am very annoyed that Mr. Sir Kenneth Branagh is not nominated.
Yeah, that is super, super strange. Because, I don't know. What's happening? What's the movie happening?
I don't know.
No idea.
Do you want your pick first or mine?
No, you go.
I'm going to pick Julia for Titan because I really love the way it's directed, because it feels like something unique and out of this world. I don't know how this film was made, but she is a phenomenal director after seeing this and Raw. And this was a massive upgrade from Raw and just felt like a brand new experience. I'm surprised it wasn't in your top 10 of last year.
Yeah, I mean it was sitting around there. Definitely one that I won't ever forget.
Definitely,
but it wasn't my favorite.
I would love to
year.
rewatch it at least 5 more times because of how great it was.
It's definitely one of my favorite international films of the year.
Oh,
no
100%.
doubt.
It was my favorite international film this year. That's why I'm getting so snubbed about it.
Yeah. Paul Thomas Anderson getting in there. And he got in at the DGAs. Like
out of every film he's been nominated for, Licorice Pizza is no Boogie Nights or The Master or There Will Be Blood.
Or Phantom Thread.
Or Phantom Thread. Yeah, even Phantom Thread is better than Licorice Pizza.
Agreed. I think Jane Campion's going to take this, but because I had such a good time with Titan, I'm going to go with Julia Ducournau.
Yes. I do want to see Drive My Car, though.
Yeah, it's good. Okay. Hit us with the EE Rising Star Award.
Awesome. I actually get to vote on this because the public get to vote on it. So we got Ariana DeBose from Harris Dickinson, Lashana Lynch, Millicent Simmons, and Cody Smith McPhee. And I'm going to talk about this fairly. Cody's had a full career up to this point. I don't think the BAFTAs have seen the X-Men movies or The Road or Planet of the Apes. Lashana Lynch kind of broke out with Captain Marvel, so I kind of knew she was going to be in Bond. So I'm going to be fair and give it to Harris Dickinson because I did not know who he was till I watched The Kingsman last month. And I thought his performance was pretty smart, even though he's upstaged by Ralph Fiennes, Teresa Funds, and Jaimin Husu. He still has a good performance.
Yeah. I thought he was pretty good. I'm kind of looking at who these people are because I know their faces but not their names. Yeah, well, Ariana DeBose is having a great year because of West Side Story.
Still need to watch that one.
My favorite of this lot, though, is Millicent Simmons. I think she's fantastic. She's in She's A Quiet Place, A Quiet Place Part 2.
Is that a girl?
Yeah, she was in the one where Wonderstruck, which was really good.
Ooh.
Where she's always playing a deaf person, but she's a great little actress, and I think she's gonna be up for some Oscars one day, I think. But my vote goes to Millicent.
Nice. Would you like to read out outstanding debut by a British writer, director, or producer?
All right, sounds good. Here we go. We have After Love, Aleem Khan, writer-director. Boiling Point, James Cummings, writer. Hester Ruoff, producer. The Harder They Fall, James Samuel, writer-director. Keyboard Fantasies, Posey Dixon, writer-director. Liv Proctor, producer. And Passing, Rebecca Hall, writer-director.
I'm going to give this one to Boiling Point because I'm really anticipated for it.
I'm really, really torn. I think Rebecca Hall does deserve it because Passing's so good, but one of my favorite movies of last year was The Harder They Fall, and I think James Samuels...
If I had to pick out of The Harder They Fall and Passing, I'd pick The Harder They Fall.
Yeah, I'm going to go with James Samuel as well. I just thought the way that he made a Western feel like it was made today is really damn special, and I thought he did a great job. So,
I'm
James
kind of
Samuel
glad the Western genre is kind of slowly coming on a rise. I think Kevin Costner needs to come back and direct one.
Yeah, hell yeah. Come on, Kevin.
Yeah, we need to try and campaign for him to direct another movie before he retires from films.
I hope he's one of those that won't ever retire, like Al Pacino, Robert De Niro.
Yeah, it's a shame that Michael Caine retired last year.
Yeah, Gene Hackman. We haven't seen him in a while.
Daniel Day-Lewis has retired now, but I'm hoping he'll come back if the money's right.
I don't want him to come back because he always wins.
He didn't win for Phantom Thread.
Well, I know, but I'm just saying, like, every time he's up there, it's really scary because he has the potential of taking it away.
Yeah,
kind of like Anthony Hopkins.
Oh yeah, definitely. Shall we do film not in the English language?
Hit me.
We have Drive My Car, The Hand of God, Parallel Mothers, Petite Mama, and The Worst Person in the World. What was your favorite out of these? I've not seen any of these.
Well, I haven't seen Petite Maman, and that's getting a little bit more buzz, crawling, creeping. So I really am interested. I think it's in LA, and I can go check it out. But out of the four that I have seen, I'm going with The Hand of God. It's an Italy movie. It's based in Italy. It's about Paolo Sorrentino's sort of childhood growing up. And although The Worst Person in the World is a good film, and I really enjoyed Parallel Mothers, Drive My Car is just a 3-hour, adventure. It's really, really, really good, but it didn't hit me like The Hand of God did. And I just think that was just spectacular, beautiful, really well done.
Since I've not seen any of these movies, I'm going to go off of an opinion of my favourite critic, Mark Kermode. He loves movies, and his favourite movie of 2021 was Petite Maman, and it's made by the person who made Portrait of a Lady on Fire, and he loves that movie. So,
I didn't know
trust
that.
If it's the same director and he loves both movies, then Petite Maman is the one to pick.
The Portrait of a Lady on Fire was my 5th favorite movie of that year, so I had no clue. I'm really excited to see this.
You need to start following directors more.
I won't.
You just like to learn about who they are.
Yeah, just watch the movie, see if it's good or not.
Yeah, you're right. You shouldn't pick a film just because an actor or director you like it worked on it.
Yeah, unless you're Tom Cruise, and then I'm going.
Sound. All right, this is one of your favorite categories, best documentary.
Oh, is it? I'm just looking up this one. because I haven't heard of this. But all right, the documentary nominations are Becoming Cousteau, Cow, Flea, The Rescue, and Summer of Solar When the Revolution Could Not Be Televised.
Right, I've been better this year, so I've actually seen 2 of them, and that's Flea and Summer of Soul, and out of them 2, Summer of Soul, hands down,
Yeah,
volume shot.
I've seen all of these except for Cow. I had no idea what this movie is.
It's made by a famous director. That one,
Oh, really?
Andrea
Arnold.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's in cinemas now in UK. Becoming Cousteau is about Jacques Cousteau. It's on Disney Plus. The Rescue is also on Disney Plus, about the kids who got stuck in the cave and they had to go get them out. Flea is the international documentary animated film, and then
Which
Summer of Soul
works
is
well as all 3 of them.
absolutely. It could totally be up for all 3. And then Summer of Soul, no question, is the best documentary from last year. There's no question that deserves to win, will win.
What's your favorite documentary ever?
I thought Three Identical Strangers was a really good documentary.
I've always wanted to see Bowling for Columbine.
Oh yeah, Bowling for Columbine.
Yeah.
Yeah, Three Identical Strangers was very, very good. Something I just don't even want to give anything away. It's just got to be seen. Also, the same year, Won't You Be My Neighbor? The Fred Rogers was a really good documentary. I'm sure there's a bunch out there. I just need to look into it more.
Yeah.
I'm sure I have a favorite. Do you have one?
Probably Summer of Soul.
Yeah, no, really, really freaking good documentary. Just a good movie.
Yeah, I also like Senna, the one about the Formula One driver. I recommend that.
Okay, good one. All right, your favorite category?
Animated film, because I still love animated films even though I'm nearly 30 years old.
Well, I'm over 30 and I still love animated films.
Lovely, then that's brilliant. We have Encanto, Flea, Luca, and the Mitchells versus the Machines.
So just this week, Encanto, We Don't Talk About Bruno, surpassed A Whole New World from Aladdin as the all-time biggest song from any Disney movie. Of course, Let It Go, it beat out a while ago, and then it beat out Colors of the Wind from Pocahontas and the Lion King song, the Rocket Man song, and then yeah, finally beat out A Whole New World. So it's the biggest song ever in Disney history. But out of this lot, my favorite for sure, coming in at number 5 of my favorite movie of 2021 was Luca. So I'm picking Luca.
I'm going to pick Encanto. Even though I love Mitchell's vs. the Machine, I think that's more of a cult classic. Encanto was the real deal, so I'm going to give it to Encanto.
And I bet it wins too.
Yeah. Well, it explores a different side of the world that you never really experience, and it is kind of just a nice film to relax to because there's no heroes and villains really, and it would work really well as a stage musical.
Yeah, absolutely, for sure. Yeah, it's just about family and the casa and the home, and everything that's involved in that. But yeah, you're right. No real. You can just put it on if whatever mood you're in because it won't hinder it one way or the other.
You ready for best original screenplay?
Here we go. We have Aaron Sorkin for being the Ricardos, Sir Kenneth Branagh for Belfast, Adam McKay for Don't Look Up, Zach Balan for King Richard, and Paul Thomas Anderson for Licorice Pizza.
It's Kenneth Branagh, my pick. The way how he reimagines his life growing up in this horrible, horrible time period for Northern Ireland and having to leave his home and leave everything, and it's just through the eyes of this boy who's meant to represent him as a child is just phenomenal. And the way how it's written, because there's a lot of humor, there's a lot of stuff nostalgia. I mean, the only thing about this movie that's wrong is that nobody smokes a cigarette. That's literally the only thing wrong with this movie.
Yeah, and maybe that's in black and white because too many black and white movies. But
Well, I think it kind of captures the style of 1960s Northern Ireland.
Yeah, I'd have to agree. I would think the only person who would come close is Adam McKay for Don't Look Up.
Yes.
So yeah, I'd have to agree. I think Belfast is the best written movie out of the 5. And how about adapted screenplay?
We have Coda, Drive My Car, Dune, The Lost Daughter, and The Power of the Dog. I kind of think I know who's going to win this one.
Yeah, it's probably going to be Power of the Dog, but
yes.
I'm going with Coda because that was my 4th favorite movie from last year.
I think I'm going to actually give it to Power of the Dog.
Yeah, I haven't read the book or anything, so
yeah,
I'm not sure.
It was just cool, like my Fleming Awards last year. Both screenplay winners were won by women. Emerald Fennell won Best Original Screenplay, and Jane Campion won Best Adapted Screenplay. So let's just keep it coming for Jane Campion with an adapted screenplay. I'm sure she'll win all the awards if she can win mine.
Yeah, and if and we should get some women in the original screenplay too, because there are originals.
Come on, there's much better female writers than Aaron Sorkin now. Aaron Sorkin's lost his ways.
All right. Now we're talking my favorite category. Original score. Yeah, Being the Ricardos, Daniel Pemberton, Don't Look Up, Nicholas Britell, Dune, Hans Zimmer, The French Dispatch, Alexandra Desplat, and The Power of the Dog, Johnny Greenwood.
It's Hans Zimmer. Hans Zimmer
it's got to be, right?
No one wants to win. Johnny Greenwood is the closest he has to the competition.
Yeah, I would say so. I'm going with Dune, Hans Zimmer as well, but yeah, The Power of the Dog could sneak in there. I think
the weakest is Daniel Pemberton because I do love Alexander Desplat's music. Although I would have nominated Nathan Johnson for Nightmare Alley. I thought that was a really good score as well.
Yeah, well, that's another area where I think BAFTAs got it wrong, but we'll talk a little bit more about that when we finally start seeing the words Nightmare Alley.
And sadly, it's not in casting, even though it had a brilliant cast.
But what is in casting?
Hang on. Sorry, I'm just eating sweets as well. We have got
perfect time to do that is during podcasting.
Yeah, I know. We have Boiling Point, Dune, Hand of God, King Richard, and West Side Story.
All of these are interesting. I mean, The Hand of God is amazing. It was a fantastic cast. I mean, if we're going just based off of best actors in a movie all around, everyone did their job and did the best, I would say King Richard is
I was going to go with King Richard, actually, as well.
Yeah, I mean, Dune has good actors in it, but we don't get to see them all, like, act, you know? Like, they didn't – it's just sort of like sometimes you're just standing there, whatever. And West Side Story would be another close one, but we didn't like the lead, you know?
Yes.
But everybody else was good. But yeah, I think everybody in King Richard was super, super solid and deserves to be nominated.
Yes. Are you ready for cinematography?
100%.
We have Greg Fazer for Dune, Dan Lauston for Nightmare Alley, Linus Sangren for No Time to Die, Ari Wegner for The Power of the Dog, and Mr. Bruno Del Bonnell for The Tragedy of Macbeth. And you know my pick already.
This is tough because Nightmare Alley was my favorite movie last year.
It's my second favorite movie this year for me. Its UK release date was like 2 weeks ago.
And Belfast is number one.
Yeah, Belfast is number 1 so far. It might change.
This is tough because I think the tragedy of Macbeth, Bruno did a really, really
He
good
did.
job.
He did. It was the best thing about that movie.
I know. That's why I'm torn. Well, I guess to stick with my team, I'm gonna go with Nightmare Alley.
Because that.
But tragedy of Macbeth.
So I'm surprised you didn't pick one I'm going to pick, and that's Mr. Greg Fazer for Dune, because he is a phenomenal cinematographer, and he needs this award right now to show off his establish his career. His whole career has been leading to Dune, for God's sake.
Yeah, I mean, it is brilliant. It is really, really good, but it's not the only thing in that movie that you kind of cling on to. Where I think Tragedy of Macbeth, you do, you know. I don't know. This is tough. I'm torn, but I'm fine with Dune. I'm fine with Power of the Dog. But I guess I just want Nightmare Alley to win, so it has some momentum, hopefully, for Oscars. But yes, right, Dune is a great
costume design.
We have Cruella, Cyrano, Dune, The French Dispatch, and Nightmare Alley.
I'm going to vote Cruella on this one because Cruella's costumes are fantastic.
I think I'm going to do the same, even though I think Cyrano is a really, really close second. Really, really close. But Cruella, their production design was amazing. Their costumes were amazing, and I mean, it's about a mogul for fashion anyway, so it makes sense that costumes would be in up here, and it should win. So
yes. Do you want me to read out best editing?
Let's do it.
Right, so we have Belfast, Dune, Licorice Pizza, No Time to Die, and Summer of Soul.
I'm glad that a documentary got in here.
Yeah, me too.
Really, but I think that's a good one. It's Summer of Soul, but I think Dune is probably the best editing in this one.
Yeah, I'm going to give it to Dune as well. Does it feel smooth when you're watching it?
Very smooth, jumping from either you're inside an airplane or whatever they call them, or you're down on the ground in the sand, or you're in this lavish, huge pyramid that has nothing in it except for a black tar and a fat man. Yeah, I think it was really, really smart editing for sure. This is a good category.
Production
design. Yeah, I think they left out one, but we have Cyrano, Dune, The French Dispatch, Nightmare Alley, West Side Story, and it should have had The Last Night in Soho as well.
And I'm going to pick The French Dispatch on this one.
No.
Sorry, Justin. I love the production design in this movie.
Yeah, I mean, he pays too much attention sometimes to production design. So
yeah, I think that was an issue, and that's why it wasn't why it was only my second. If he fixed up a few things, it probably would have made my number 1. But I still prefer Moonrise Kingdom out of all his movies.
I think Nightmare Alley has a big shot here to win because we have the carnival, we had the nice office, we had that sort of outdoor hedge maze, which was really cool. But I think Cyrano is just beautiful, the way that they created practical sets, because they filmed it in Italy and just made everything, and it's just really, really well done. And it helped elevate the movie to be beautiful. So I'm going with Cyrano.
Yeah. So you what for doing makeup and hair?
All right, makeup and hair. We have Cruella, Cyrano, Dune, The Eyes of Tammy Faye, and House of Gucci.
Same answer for costume, Cruella.
I'm definitely going with The Eyes of Tammy Faye on this because, as you will see this weekend when you see this movie, Jessica Chastain is just transformed into another being, and you don't even know who she is. And but House of Gucci, get out of there. Get out.
What's Andrew Garfield like in that movie?
He's also really good. I mean, unfortunately, I think he's sort of shadowed because Jessica Chastain's so good, but he's
Yeah.
really good. I mean, yeah, in another year he could be up for best actor, best supporting actor.
Yeah, definitely. So for best sound, we have Dune, Last Night in Soho, No Time to Die, A Quiet Place Part 2, and West Side Story. I have a feeling of what you're going to pick, and I think you're going to pick A Quiet Place Part 2.
Yeah, the sound design is really good. But West Side Story is a musical, and I do love musicals. But I guess who was able to take sound and make it relevant to a story would probably be A Quiet Place Part 2. You agree?
No, I haven't seen West Side Story yet. I'm going to give this one to Dune.
Oh, nice. Very nice. Well, here's a place where we can talk more. Dune, best visual effects.
We
We
have
have Dune, Free Guy, Ghostbusters Afterlife, The Matrix Resurrections, and No Time to Die.
I'm really annoyed that The Green Knight isn't nominated for this category because the special effects in that are phenomenal. But if I have to pick one out of these five, it'll be Dune, hands down.
Same, going with Dune. I mean, it's what really makes the movie elevated is its visual effects. I mean, it almost looks real. So I have to go with Dune
Nice.
as well.
I've not seen either Best British Short Film or Best Short Animation.
Nor have I. But let's just go with Do Not Feed the Pigeons for British short animation, and how about Femme?
Yeah, that sounds about right. We'll go with them.
All right, cool. Should we run them down real quick?
Yes, let's run them down. I'm then with Belfast for Best Film.
I picked Dune.
For Outstanding British Film, I picked Last Night in Soho.
And I went with Cyrano.
For Leading Actress, I went with Alana Haim.
I have Amelia Jones from Coda.
For Best Actor, I picked Will Smith.
So did I. How about for
Best
supporting actress?
I picked Andowed.
And I have Kaitrion Habarfe.
For Best Supporting Actor, I picked Cody Smith-McPhee.
And I have a tie, Ciaran Hinds or Troy Kotsur.
For Best Director, I went with Julia Ducournau.
I also went with Julia Ducournau for Titan.
Yes. For EE Rising Star, I'm going to go with Harris Dickinson.
And I went with Millicent Simmons.
For Outstanding Debut by a British Writer, Director, or Producer, I'm doing with Boiling Point.
And I went with The Harder They Fall.
With film not in English, I'll go with Drive My Car. No, Petite Mama, actually.
Yep. And I went with The Hand of God.
Documentary, hands down, Summer of Soul.
No question. Don't even need to talk about it.
Animated film, I've gone with Encanto.
And I went with Luca.
For original screenplay, I went with Belfast.
I also went with Belfast.
Adapted screenplay, I went with The Power of the Dog.
I went with Coda.
For original score, I only went with the one man who's going to win this, and it's Mr. Hans Zimmer, the legend himself.
Yep, that's true. Hans Zimmer taking it down.
For best casting, I picked King Richard.
So did I, King Richard.
Cinematography, Greg Fazer for Dune.
And I went with Nightmare Alley.
For costume design, I went with Cruella.
As did I. It's what the movie's about. I mean, come on.
Editing went for Dune.
So did I, Joe Walker.
Production design, I went with The French Dispatch.
And I went with Cyrano.
Which I'm looking forward to seeing at the end of the month. Makeup and hair, I went with Cruella again.
I went with The Eyes of Tammy Faye.
Sound, I
will
went
see
for
why this
Dune.
weekend. Sound, I went for A Quiet Place Part 2.
Special effects, I went with Dune.
As did I.
And for best
then we-
British short film, we're going for Femme. And for best short animation, we're going for...
Do Not Feed the Pigeons.
Right. So that's it.
All right.
The BAFTAs all covered. When's the Oscar nominations?
They come out on Tuesday.
Sound, and that is our next episode. I'm going to invite Mr. Cody House along for that as well. So I think he'll be up for it.
Okay, cool. But we have to wait until the weekend.
That's fine by me.
The 11th or 12th.
Yeah, I can try and do one of them.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm excited for that, and we'll find out the results on the 13th of March for the BAFTAs.
Yes, and I'm looking forward to hearing your review today on the Duelist.
Yes. Tomorrow I will be going live with Cody and Video Store Rejects talking about Ridley Scott's first feature, The Duelists.
Nice.
Starring Harvey Keitel.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh. And today I've reviewed Frances Ha with Greta Gerwig, directed by Noah Baumbach. If you want to check that out, go to my website and check it out.
Yeah, that's a great film.
And tomorrow,
also in black and white.
Tomorrow I'm ranking my favorite Cate Blanchett performances, so check that one out as well.
All right. That sounds good. And I'm at Worth the View Movies and all the things. I'll be uploading The Duelists later. Yesterday, I uploaded Groundhog Day type movies. I ranked them 1 to 9.
And make sure you check out yesterday's episode where we talked our favorite Tom Cruise performances.
Yes, and there's crossover because one of Tom Cruise's movies is also a Groundhog Day type movie. So
yes.
Check that out. What are some of your guys' favorite nominations? Who got snubbed? Who didn't? Who do you think is going to take it home?
Andrew Garfield.
In the comments. Yeah, for Tick Tick Boom, you think?
Yes.
Yeah, well, for sure, Jessica Chastain and Nightmare Alley for Best Picture.
Touch wood.
Cool. All right. Well, thanks everybody for viewing, and let us know in the comments your favorites.
Awesome. Excellent. All right. Bye, everyone. Bye, Justin.
See you later, Rob. Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.